Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm hanging out at the FTOG Enigmatica 2 server and been getting a bunch of things ready for today's episode, and I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff done. Now, one of the things that I'm really happy to have is this garden with lots and lots of different vegetables, which is really handy to have because nutrition is definitely a thing in the pack. So we take a look here. You want to spread out your foods so that you're eating all of the 5 basic food groups, which is strange because when I grew up, there were 4 basic food groups, and they were bagged, bottled, frozen, and canned. And so we don't really have this. This must be the newer, more modern method of set.
I'm amazed you live past bachelorhood.
It worked. It worked.
Okay.
Bag, bottled, frozen, canned. Those are the 4 food groups. Anyway, let's go back to here. You definitely want to get as good as you can in these because you will get better results. Like toughness and strength is going. That's always a great thing. More hearts as you eat different foods. Those are always a good thing. So definitely something that you want to do. We've seen all this stuff. I've just been bringing in more and more boxes. Let's go down into here. Done a little bit of decorating, mostly with chisel, because, okay, this is chiseling bits here and chiseling up there and stuff because I don't want to do a huge amount of work here. This is a temporary base. I want to get my modern base going. I did make this portal bigger so it fits nicer here, and then because I had some wandering pigmen, I went ahead and put up a fence. Now, when you're on a multiplayer server, you need to make sure that you always have at least 1 block from your portal and your fence if you've got something like this, because somebody who isn't part of this claim, who is in here right now, there's no typing when you're in the portal. If you try to, say I'm hitting T to type, there is no typing. So you can't slash home out of here, which is a terrible thing. So always have something further away. And this way, a person can come out, they can look and realize, oh, I can't get through here, okay, now I know whose base it is, and slash home. All right, so talking about nutrition, one of the things that I wanted to have down here was some cooking for blockheads. And if we take a look at the cooking for blockheads quest line, there's only 3. So I'm not really sure what's in here, well, other than a fridge and unlimited milk and water. But let's start off with a cooking table and a cooking counter. And this happens to be 5 wide, and so I'm going to build my setup right here. So this is my cooking table, which requires the Cooking for Blockheads 2 book, which, let's hit R, that takes, some diamonds. I'm glad I've got some, which is just baking any book. And it's easy. So let's take that, and then I'm going to break this and put my tape. Oh, that came out of nowhere. I've got my cooking table. And it has an information in there for all the recipes. And now I'm going to take a drink. Wow, I don't know why all of a sudden I got the cough. Okay, so there's no recipes because there's no food. But that's okay. The other thing this wanted was a kitchen counter. So let's make that. And I'm going to put that counter right there. And it's got that single back, which I like. All right, so that finished that quest. So let's, I think that's all of these. Yes, I can grab all of these things. So I'm going to put a fridge. I think there's a, let's see. I always try to remember how to do this. There we go. I want the door to swing this way. So I clicked on that edge of the block. All right, so now I've got a fridge in here. Now, this counter is nice, but I want where's my kitchen counter? I want the kitchen corner, no use in particular. This counter is nice because you've got some storage space underneath it, but the corner bridges the gap here. Let's break this. There, see how that nicely does a corner? And I've got the same thing over here because, again, it's a corner. So, nope. Let's click over this way. There we go. So that gives me corners. Let's look at the quest book. It wants a fridge. Oh, it wants 2 kitchen counters. Oh, and it's going to give me an oven. Well, I'm making an oven right here, so I'm going off script because I couldn't see what it was doing. But you can definitely make that. So, and it's got that nice little splashback. I wish it had the same, back so it would match a little bit better. And then the one thing that here, if we look at this, that is a sink, and it's talking about unlimited milk and water. Well, I'm going to make my unlimited water right here. So it's a lot of these recipes are pretty darn simple, which is nice because in this case, other than the 2 the 2 diamonds, everything is just terracotta and iron and stone. So it's not all that hard. And it's got a fish in the sink, so this water is good and fresh. Because otherwise, why would there be a fish in there if it weren't fresh? And I love how little particles of sprinkled in there. But this is a water source you can sit there and add or remove water to. I love that as a 1-block infinite water source. It is fantastic. And oh, hey, I can advance because I have 2 kitchen counters. Here, let me break this one. All right, now it should advance. Yes, it did. All right, so that gave me an extra oven. I'll claim it. And now it wants the sink. Hey, oh, that's going to give me a toaster. Oh, that's even better. All right, let's go ahead and grab that. Because the toaster is this thing right here. The recipe for, here, let's actually put the toaster on this little corner island piece. Think, right there. And we'll put that there and that there. So the toaster is something well worth having as part of this. It's just 4 iron, well, 8 iron if you include the iron trapdoor, and then another 3, so that's 11 iron for the lava bucket. But if you don't need that, hey, I just saved me a whole bunch of money on card shirts. No, I just saved a whole bunch right there, which is great. Now I did want to make this thing here. It's the fruit basket. And it just allows you to do a little multi-storage of things. And I just got rid of all my crafting stations. Well, that's not very helpful. Let's put one down. And you and you and you. There we go. Fruit basket. I'm going to stick that right there. So the lovely thing about this is it's all connected textures. So if I'm here, the water and salt is something I can get from there. And I have access to all of them that are connected, which is fantastic. And I only need the 1 oven, so I don't need anything more than that. Did that. Oh, we need to do some of these things down here. Let's do... Now, see, I've got a spice rack, which is really easy to make. It's just a slab. And I love spice racks. That's what I've got scattered around just over here. And some upstairs because you can hold up to 9 items in that one little spot. And I really, really love Draconic Evolution's ability to paste items onto a surface. That is a fantastic thing. And it's been requested and it's always been denied. The idea of make that a single little mod so that if you don't want all of the Draconic Evolution stuff, but you want to be able to paste stuff on the walls, why not? And the mod author always has been saying, no, don't want to do it. Well, on you, because I've got spice racks from Cookie for Blockheads, and I can do 9 items in 1 block instead of 4. Of course, it has to always be on the side. This you can do on top and bottom blocks. But anyway, didn't want to fall down that yet. That's later. Okay, so that's this. I'm going to put that away because I don't need that. Don't need those. Tool racks are kind of handy to have. And I only need to make 1 more. So I'll go like this. I was going to make 2, but they gave me 1. So tool racks are handy to have. Let's kind of centralize this. I'm going to put a spice rack there and a tool rack there and there. It would be nice if it were the same height, but that's okay. And here are a bunch of tools from Pam's. So if we look at my thing here, the juicer, it's pretty easy to make. The mixing bowl is easy to make. You know, so is the mortar and pestle, the bakeware, the saucepan, the skillet, and the pot, and finally the cutting board. All of these are things that various Pam's recipes require. So let's go ahead and grab all these. And some of these you can put into the oven, as you can see here. But let's see, let's put, that's the bakeware, and that's the pot, and there's the saucepan and this skillet. So those all go there, and then up here you can put 2 items, and we'll hang that, and where's my last one, the cutting board. And all of these are now accessible because they're all connected blocks, and they're 1 block away, up and left and right, up and down, they all are accessible, which is fantastic. So that gives me access to all of those, and let's grab this because I want to, there, I want to make a second fridge, and if I click it there, yeah, it connects. So now I've got a double tall fridge for this right now, and I'll probably make another fridge over there just so it's more symmetrical, which is nice to have. Now, something that's not really, you know, cooking for Blockheads or Pam's is, or is this Pam's? Let's take a look real quick. It is Pam's. It's the presser, and I'm going to take that, and I will often stick that right underneath my sink, and unfortunately I've got that connected texture here which is no longer connected right, but this gives me the sink here, and right below, just a teeny little spot, is the access to the presser, where you can take sugar beets and make sugar out of them, the Pam's beets, or you can take soybeans and press them into tofu, and then silken tofu, and so you can get a bunch of non-meat recipes from your soybeans, or you can get your meat recipes done with soybeans, if that makes sense. All right, the last thing I want to do right now is I want to make the cow, so in the bottle, so I can have a milk jug, and I'll take that. And you can put that someplace, and you can put up to 8 buckets of milk and store that in there, which is fantastic. And again, it's all accessible through here, but you can go a little bit better. And I'm going to break 2 blocks down. Let's put the milk jar there. I'm going to take my cow and put him right there. And then I'm going to hit him with an anvil. And now there's a cow in the jar. So let's take that and put that on here. Dink. And he's so cute. He's just been stuffed right there in the jar. And you can see up at the top, it's slowly generating milk for me, which is perfect. And when there's sufficient, then this will start being able to make cream and other stuff like that requires milk. So I want this one is the big tile, so I want this one. And we'll just repair that because there, now it's all repaired. So there's my quick little cooking for Blockheads area. And like I said, I'll make another one of those, and since it requires 6 iron to make 3 doors, and I got a fridge for free, I can make 3 fridges, and I'm not losing anything. So, yay! Cooking for the cooking for Blockheads is now unlocked. That means I'm going to take all the foods that I've got. I've got storage space here, storage space there, and then I'll have 2 fridges as well as the fruit basket. And if I really, really need to, I can, start wrapping. Again, falling down. I can wrap it around. I can expand this around, but this should be pretty good for getting me a whole bunch of different recipes, so I can make stuff like sausage and bread, which gives me grain, protein, and vegetables, which is really easy. Let's look at this. This needs an onion. Got that ketchup, which is just a juicer and tomato. I got that bread. We got that, and maple sausage. Oh, that's interesting. I've got spice leaf. We can do ground beef or of all sorts of different varieties. And there's the tofu steak. where you take the firm tofu, mushrooms, cooking oil, black pepper, soy sauce, all that sort of stuff, and you can make out of all vegetarian items, you can make a steak substitute. So, you know, if you're in an area where you have no cows, and sometimes it's been hard to find the cows, that's a way to do that. All right, I was going to do one other thing up here, because I don't have pepper, but I do have enough blocks of emerald because I've been harvesting my beets from over there and trading them with a villager. And I want to make a market, and let's grab this. Probably best to stick him down here, and I'll put him like this. And up he comes. There's my swap-o-matic. Hi there, villager. And so I can come in here and do a search for pepper. I want a peppercorn sapling, chili peppers, bell peppers. I think I've got both of these, but the sapling, that means I need 3 emeralds. Let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3. And I have over here a whole bunch of other saplings that I've made. A walnut avocado soursop, which I've never tried a soursop, so I have no idea what it's like. I'm guessing it's sour. Plums, paper bark, the nutmeg, the lime, and the gooseberry saplings. Now, I made all of these because you can take any 3 of these items. You know, if I had 2 more pairs, I could put that in a crafting grid with any vanilla sapling, and that will give me one of these saplings. But I don't want to actually plant these yet until I have my main building in place, and then I know what I can do to landscape, because I'm not 100% sure where. I think it's going to be like 1 block. No, it's going to be like 2 blocks wide and 3 chunks deep or something like that. So it's going to be in this basic area, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, oh, yes, we're going to grab a peppercorn. Let's do that. Didn't remember. Peppercorn. And I want that. And now I've got a peppercorn sapling. So yay! That means I can access those peppercorns, and I don't have room in here anymore. Actually, I'm going to do this. Now I have room. And then I can paste these onto that. There. I do love that. Wish they would make it available. All right, so that's that. But the next part is I want to do some mobs. But before I do mobs, one of the things that's well worth doing is making sure that you have as small a footprint as possible, because we've got a bunch of people on here. I saw earlier we were up to like 12 people on the server. You know, a lot of people excited doing stuff, and at one point the tick was down to 3. And Torgal was doing some looking, and he realized that one of the blocks, I think it was the dehydrator, if it's just sitting there, it takes a lot of tick. And you know, when you say, well, how do you know? Well, lag goggles is the mod, and Torgal put that onto the server, and I actually added that onto my client. So if I hit the insert key, that brings up the lag goggles area, and you can run a profile for 20 seconds. Don't run it longer than that. And I will show you the results. I don't need to rerun it. And it marks blocks that are doing stuff. Like this is an entity down here. And you could just hear that was a duck down there. He's oh, and he gave me an egg. Yay! I'm going to go ahead and put that back on there. That tells me where he is. And you can see this mana pool. Nothing's going on, but it's taking 12 tick units. Every time the server's doing stuff, it's taking 12. This is, I think, nanotick, micro. I can't remember. But that's why I take these, and these are using, again, Draconic Evolution, and I paste them in the world because they all would take a little bit of tick. And if I come running over here, you can see my little Petal Apothecary is taking a little bit of tick. And I'm actually going to break that and paste it over here because I'm not actively using it. I will disable it. You know, now this I can't actively break it down because I don't have a mana ring to store that yet, and I don't want to lose all that mana, so I'll do that later. Now, if we look at some of the other stuff I've got going on here, there's not a lot of tick going on here. This coal generator is ticking not very much, but I don't need it, so I'm getting rid of it. These things are actively being used. The pulverizer, I'm not sure why it's ticking, because there's nothing going on. Although there has been a lot of work going on. As you can see, I've pushed a lot of, let's get a little bit more of the sand through here. But why do you have all this pulver? You're not supposed to have all this. You're supposed to have that over here so it can be cooked down. All right, let's... Yeah, I get distracted, I guess. Anyway, this makes sense. If it's actively doing work, it makes sense. These are actively doing work because they're gathering power and passing it around. Looking around, there's not much going on. Let's go down here. This is going to start ticking a little bit. This is down to one teeny tiny tick because I disabled it by taking out the seared tank. And the reason being, you can't access it, which is great. Let's grab this, put the seared tank back in place. And if I look now that it's active, I've got one thing of liquid dirt in here. And that's because I was digging stuff up above it, and the dirt fell in and it melted. So I could break this and not even have that one bit of tick, but I don't want to lose the liquid dirt. I think I have to check really quick. Look, oh, there's a little bit of light in there. Okay, I need a brighter light up above to prevent mobs from spawning. I didn't want to put you in there. I wanted to paste you on here like that. There we go. So this redstone clock is fantastic, but it's off. I don't have it always running, and I've got hoppers underneath here, and if this is full and there's no room for the contents to go, these hoppers will tick like crazy. So I do want to upgrade them, but it's part of that, be a good citizen on a server. This, unfortunately, there's not much I can do about it because it's being used, but that's not really that bad. It's when it starts going nuts that's a real problem. The decompressor, or not decompressor, the dehumidifier, the dehydrator, that was ticking like crazy and eating a huge amount of tick on the server. All right, rant. What I want to do next is I want to make a mob farm. Oh, here. Come back in here and hide the latest results. Notice how that chicken, not a chicken, that duck there has a little marker on it. And I'm looking around. I don't see any others. They've all despawned. But when I ran this the last time, I noticed there were a whole bunch of mobs and entities down in that direction. So I said, let's hide this so I don't see it anymore. So I said, okay, let me dig down. And I spotted a moss stone. And I went, ooh, there's something up here. And I snagged the goodies because yay, the goodies. And I saw way down there, there's a mob spawner. Alrighty. And I didn't see what was down there, so I made some throwable torches and tossed them down there. It's just a torch with either grass or leaf block. And so I was able to light that area up, and there's one on top of that. So then I said, all right, let's dig down some more, and got out here. And there's actually a mine shaft down here. So this is a skeleton spawner, which makes me super happy because I've been wanting a skeleton spawner because I need tons and tons and tons of bones. So cardboard box works. And I've been using my pick. It doesn't show that there's nothing else. I'm going to use my pick anyway. So I've got a monster spawner in my cardboard box. I've not pasted any of these yet because I've got several of different things. And I'm thinking I want to make a mob factory here. And I've already got a lot of this chewed out. Now, let's put torch right there. Vanilla mob spawners have a range of 9 by 9. that they will generate mobs in. And so this is a 7x7. So I need to expand the walls out just a little bit more, and it's mostly chewed out for me. So that means I don't have to do a huge amount of work. I just, and I might as well go that high. I also need to do some gathering of the mob drops, killing of the mobs, all of that processing I need to get done first before I do anything about placing the spawners. And unfortunately, this one I know is a skeleton. I have a second skeleton, 2 zombies, and a witch, and I have no idea which ones are in there unless holding down the control key, press shift, whoops. Spawn. I'm looking for mob spawner. Oh, there it goes. Skeleton there at the end. The entity is a skeleton. Okay, so I can find out what's in my other ones. Good, because I would definitely, I definitely want both skeletons. I definitely want the witch because there's glowstone, redstone, sugar, precious sticks. There's tons of stuff that you can get from the witch, and zombies. They can give me their zombie flesh, which I can then turn into leather, because I just used up my only cow. So I'm gonna have to dig a lot of this. But first, let's look at the kitchen here. Got the double fridges going. This has a little red light there, and you can see up there FE. This actually takes power because there's a upgrade. This one here, the oven upgrade, allows you to heat an oven using energy as opposed to coal and whatnot. And I just made that real quick. And underneath there is a power cell. Oh, hey, I can actually access that. Oh, that's cool. And then to even things up, I've got another one of those pressers here underneath this cooking table. And then this here for the fridge, I decided to go ahead and make this ice unit. And again, pretty easy. I had to run to the east to get some snow, and you just right-click the refrigerator, poof, and now you can dispense, cold drinks and ice. Well, what it means is now ice stuff here is something that is generatable. Although I'm not really seeing much by way of stuff that needs... this smoothies. Smoothies need ice. If we look at that, see, snowball. What do you mean? You're supposed to make snow now. Why can't you make snow? Ice upgrades provides snow and ice to recipes. I wonder if it's because it sees this one doesn't have it. You go away. You go away. Let's look at smoothie. No, that's jam. There's a smoothie. You're supposed to... Okay, I'm going to talk with management and find out what's going on wrong with that. You're not supposed to do that direction. You're supposed to be that direction. There we go. Anyway, I'll make a second one just for grins and giggles. And hey, this goes down now. So 20 blocks lower is the area for the doing the mob farm, and I chewed it down here, and it's a 9x9 area because the spawners spawn in a 9x9 area. Okay, this is where the pedant comes in and says, well, actually it's an 8x8 center, where it's 3 on one side and 4 on the other, but I don't care to figure out, okay, is it north, south, east, west? No, I just do a 9x9 and it's done. And that just works. Anyway, the problem I'm having right now is I want to light this up so I can have a whole bunch of... What's the coughing? I can have a whole bunch of spawners. I can just add them on top of each other, and then the lights here will turn them off. Always make a mob farm you can turn off. And I want to have the lights be on by default, and I have to stand here like maybe right here, and that will turn them off. So it's something I have to physically be present for that to happen. But I need to send a redstone signal up, and I've been playing with a bunch of things, and one thing that's really annoying, no blocks, redstone lamps, when they have a charge on them, that's got the redstone signal here from the RF Tools receiver. It does not actually run a redstone signal on it, because it should, and if it did, then I would just put a redstone dot and it would just go right on up, and I wouldn't need this. So this doesn't help at all. So it's just very annoying. I'm not sure why. Okay, now that shows. See, that's. I turned you off. Oh, that's got to be left on with something. Okay, can I hit that redstone right there? Poof. All right, so if I hit the redstone again, see, that's on. But see, that redstone dust right here should turn on. See, it's got a, oh no, see, it's got a power of 0. So yeah, it's not. So I was looking at this and I was thinking, if I had redstone paste, I could sit there and run that all the way up. That would be something nice. If I had instead, trying to think of things that, RedNet cables. I could sit there and run those along and that would also do it, and that's not happening either. So I'm thinking that probably the easiest way to do this is with the Redstone cables that you get with Ender IO. Ender IO conduits. These bad boys right here, the Redstone Conduit. This, now the binder, composite, I've got sand and clay and gravel, that's not a problem. But the Redstone alloy ingot, now that all that needs is a silicon, which is just ground nether quartz and redstone, but that needs an alloy smelter or an ingot former. Or an alloy furnace also from Nuclear Craft. You know, not too hard to make. Yeah, I think I'll probably. Well, no, this needs an alloy smelter. Oh no, it can use a simple one. So that's not too hard to make. I've gotten several of these stone compound gears. I need to get me some grains of infinity, which is taking a. I've got one, a flint and steel. Take that down to bedrock, and then you burn the bedrock with your flint and steel, and you'll get about 50% chance of getting back a grain of infinity. So I think that's what I'm going to have to do, and then run that cable up along the sides and configure it all, and yeah. So that's a thing. Yes, I've got the Redstone Conduit now running behind each of these 4, and it looks very much like this. So you can see it goes all the way up, hits each one of them. I went ahead and... I know what's happening there. I went ahead and switched from input to output, which is the default, and then I've got the Redstone receiver here, and I changed the color for the signal color to the same green. And so now down here there's a pressure plate, there's a stone, and then there's a redstone dust. So there's a redstone torch here, and there's the transmitter, which means by default the lights are always on. So that's always what I like to do. So when I do mob farms like this, there always runs the risk of bad stuff. And I've had enough bad stuff, and I'm gesticulating with my hands like you could see it. I've had plenty of bad stuff with mob farms, so I always have the off switch set up first, and then the killing, and then all the storage, and then I turn it on and get all the mob stuff going. So off switch done, and right here, although it's hard to see because it's stone pressure plate on stone, that's the off switch. So if I stand right here, and I have to stand right here, it will turn out the light, and that'll be dark enough for the mobs to spawn. And I should be within 16 blocks, and they will spawn for me. So that's what I like. Let's grab the stone. Let's cover that up, and then we can grab the slabs. And there we go, there we go. Now, this right here is the drawer controller. Oh, we gotta say howdy, Gray. Howdy, Gray. And I've made some oak trim. No, that's birch trim. You're lying there. Well, anyway, I've got these birch drawers here. I wanted something that was lighter than normal just because it's gonna be fairly dark. Anyway, the birch goes through here, and I didn't want to show it, so I went over one and then up from the behind. So that drawer controller there is connected there. So let's go ahead and hide that up. See how it's hidden? It's magic how it gets there. And all of these are locked and have the quantity key turned on, except for this one here. So anything that doesn't fit will go here, which then gets pumped into the storage crate. So that's my overflow for figuring out what's coming in. And so that's the stuff done for storage. We've got the off switch here. Now we need the killing. Oh, while we're looking at it, inventory upgrade. Let's take a look. Everything's fine. Eat the cake. Nom, 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 nom. And now I've got this little icon here, and I've got storage always with me. I like it. All right, so let's go ahead and grab these bits, and I need to, spend some time in the end to get this wither dust. Ended up getting 2, and I'm happy to get those. So there's my ender hopper. Now the reason why I'm going with the ender hopper, let's click that there, and if I shift click, you can see the box in which it will just grab anything and it will just transport it right there. Let's shift click that out. So I have all these vector plates to move everything right to that spot, but I don't really need them that much except for the XP. I want to make sure the XP comes out, and if I'm standing right here, oh, did I just turn that off with the redstone? Oh, that's not good. I think what I may do is put this underneath. Because I can. And go one more underneath. That's going to turn on. Let's slap that right there and see if this is going to be a thing. So if I stand right here and I toss something over there and I crouch, will you ever get picked up? I didn't realize, dang it, that thing would be picked up. There's the thing. So it's getting that redstone signal-y stuff. Dang it. That does me. All right, I will have to ponder out how that works, and that should be transferred through here and come. Yep. Why is there 2? Oh, because it dug something. Okay, I'm gonna have to be slightly away. You know, quick audible at the line of scrimmage here. Let's fix this so I can see what I'm doing. That's going to have a redstone signal there, but should be okay here. So let's get rid of, let's use, I should have an axe on me, but I don't. Let me break that and that. And we got a little bit of lag on the server because we got a bunch of people, and everybody's exploring the Nether right now. Or you know, the urge has hit the server to get stuff like ghasts and blaze spawners and fun stuff like that, because you know, yay, ghasts and blaze spawners and the fun stuff like that. So I did get a blaze spawner, but shift. All right, now if I'm standing here. See, that stays. I could probably have it here too, but again, if we shift click that, yeah, that's well within the range, so that will pick up everything, and so that'll be just fine. Here, let's take the stone bricks and spit it out there, and it goes right to the center, and you can see it's then. No, don't come to me in my magnet. Obviously, I need a solenolia down here. There we go. All right, so that will work. Let's fix my stuff here. You can see I've got a power cell down there and no spawnums. Yeah, I'll just seal that up because why not? All right, so that will work. Could go over one more and that would be just fine. And I don't really need any of this stuff here. Let's get rid of all that stuff now. So I want to go ahead and make a mob grinder. Let's head on up. I happen to have 3 draconium ingots because the first block I broke gave me 3. So let's fortune this guy. Give me 2 or more. Yes. All right. Because I need 5 total. So we'll put the uncooked ones in there. Let's see. I don't need the extra rice balls. I need you, and then you, and then you. There we go. There's my draconic core, and then that goes there. That, and that, and that, and there's my mob grinder. We can put the rice ball back in place. All right. So there's my mob grinder. Turn that off. And do you go forward or backwards? Oh, perfect, perfect. So this is the side where it's going to kill, and this is the side where it shows that it's doing work, and power comes in from anywhere. And if I crouch click, you can see the size that it does. I think it's like a 7 by 7 by 7 block inside of it. So let's unclick it. All right, let's break you. And I'm going to put you right there, and it's taking power. Perfect. So that is now of course, server restart in 5 minutes. That will go ahead and kill, and it's just gonna kill and kill and kill, and it will also drop the it'll drop the XP, which is why I have this trapdoor here, and that trapdoor is to allow me to get XP. Now, until I get my system set up where I won't suck up the items, I will stand here and all that XP will come. I hit the wrong key. Let's take a look at the light level 10. Let's turn that off. That's light level 9. Let's get rid of that one. And light level 2. All right, so that means that it's 1 right there. This is perfect as far as light level. That's very dim, and that's fine. And so I just have that 1 torch back there. Perfect. All right, not a problem. I think I will, I don't need torches anywhere else. All right, can I get this done in the time? I do not know. Let's grab... I better keep sword on. I'm going to turn off my light level. There we go. I want to grab my spawners. So it should be skeleton, skeleton, witch, blaze, which is going to be an issue. Zombie, zombie. All right, I got them all here. I really don't need anything else. All right, let's put that there. Let's snag this, and I'm going to seal myself in, because I've made the mistake before of not sealing myself in, and it was not good. All right, I need to come over here, and I'm going to break this one. I don't need you. I do need a pick. Let's slowly move the boxes over. I think those 2 should be the zombie. We'll find out. All right, so I can put you there. Yep. You there. Break. Oh, did I get rid of? Yes, I did get that off. You get back on there, magnet. And now I can put the vector plate back in place. I want to be able to home out of here as soon as I can. Alley-oop. Yep, we're still good. All right. Ready? Ready? Let's do this. The light level should be such that... I just put you down. How do you... Do I need to shift click you? Maybe. Let's break you. Because see, I've not ever played with these blocks. So let's try shift clicking. Nope. Okay. Options, controls. Let's go to mechanism. That's a mechanism thing. Is there a key binding I do not have done? Armor mode feed, item mode switch. Maybe. If I break you by hand, nope, it just picks up. Crouch click, nope. All right, I'm gonna see if I can figure out the cardboard box thing. The wiki's got to say something, because like I said, I've never played with this before. One quick server reboot later, and I think I know how to do it. And that's an empty box that says block data no. So if I drop down, thump, there, if you crouch right click, then they unpack. So if I crouch, and I can still get those, come to Grok. All right, so those are the zombies. That should be the blaze. There's my two skeletons. This should be the witch. Yep. All right. So this means I need to break these two blocks as soon as I do this, because I think the blazes may spawn still, because they need a lot of light to get around. All right. Let's home out of here. I think that worked. All right. Let's get that. Yep. See, the blazes do spawn. All right, so I need to, that's right, take off my ring. And okay, let's take the blaze, and the blaze rod can go there. And this is where I open that up, and I should get, in fact, if I stand right here, none of them should see me. Do those guys see me? I'm guessing they probably won't see me, just because this is low enough, and even if they're far enough out there, they should die fairly fast. All right, let's hop off of this. I like it. Oh, it's okay. So cool. Now unfortunately, blazes need really huge amounts of light to stop them from spawning, which is frankly really annoying. But that's kind of the way it goes. Okay, rotten zombie flesh. I'm not going to really care too much. I'm going to stick it way back here of do not care. Let's grab my torch. And let's see. Bones are going to happen. Arrows, I'm not going to care about either. Put those there. XP is nice to have, and glowstone I like. Let's definitely put the glowstone there. We'll put XP there. Sulfur is another one of those things of do not care. Brains, until I get Thalmcraft going, I do not care. Bottles are kind of, let's put them up there. Okay, so this will, and then I need to stand here, get that XP. All right, let's let these guys go. So there's the chance that I may get some bottles from the witches. Not the empty bottles that you saw there, but because they are going to take a little bit of damage as they fall down, if it's timed right, there may be some health bottles, potions of healing, there we go, that will come down, which is going to be pretty nice. The other thing is I can do other things with this XP. It's going to involve another box here, which currently I don't have access to. That's more Ender IO stuff or open blocks, I think. There's some other things. And I have it set up that it's 3 blocks high in case I ever get Endermen. I want them to get processed through just the same. And I'll need something like an Ender Tether. Do we have an Ender Tether? Tether. We do. All right. So again, this is something by Dark Utilities. We need this unstable Ender Pearl. I've got that. I could make an Ender Tether. Not that I have any Enderman spawners. In fact, I don't know if there even are any Enderman spawners. But here, let's get up there. Let those all get gobbled up. Oh, we've got some new stuff. We've got the gunpowder. So, oh, and precious sticks. Gotta have the precious sticks. gunpowder, and bones. Bones is the #1 reason why I'm setting this thing up in the first place, is for the bones. And why did you not go in? That should have gone in. Sugar needs to go someplace, and back over here. There's the potion of healing, and then we've got armor and this stuff. So the idea is, oh, did I not do spider eyes? Let's do spider eyes up there. Why not? The idea is that I want lots and lots and lots of bones, because I'm going to need tons and tons of bones. That will unlock a lot of things for me. But eventually, I'm not going to want any of this stuff that isn't programmed in. Let's grab the potion of healing and put that there. It really doesn't stack very nice. It says stack limit 32. That'll be 32 bottles. That's it. Whereas this one over here has a stack limit of 32 stacks. So because each bottle is a stack, you can't stack them up. Eventually I will set this up with a trash option so that I can flip a switch and it'll trash things. And what happened to my other key? Oh, yeah, you have to be close enough to see it. I'm definitely going to have to do something down here to stop XP from just kind of sitting there, because unfortunately if I'm within 16 blocks, the blazes will spawn. And there's not an easy way to get around that, which is unfortunate, but now I've got blaze rods, which makes me very happy. That would be very helpful with Botania and many other things like that. Ooh, level 30. Alrighty, well there you go. Mob farm done. And I'm going to have to AFK here a whole bunch because I need lots of bones. My modern thing needs tons and tons of white concrete, and I think it's in the 7,000 or 8,000 block range, which is a lot. That's a lot. But I'm going big, and I'm going to have fun with it. Anyway, this has been Grok the DuckFarmer here on the FTOG Enigmatics 2 server, and having a blast. Thanks for watching. Bye.